It all started with a dream, actually a dream that I had at night. And I started dreaming that I was surfing, which is fairly normal, but when I looked down at what I was surfing on a beehive, a live beehive. And it was kind of like I was on a clear surfboard, but inside this clear surfboard was a live beehive with bees crawling around, honeybees crawling all around. And I thought it was so cool, and then I woke up. So I actually started looking into the honeycomb type of patterns in nature, and I was actually amazed at how did those bees know how to make a honeycomb shape? And then I started studying how light and how strong that structure was, and I thought about it in applications of surfing. Like, those are two qualities you're looking in a surfboard. You want them light but strong. I actually worked with some balsa wood before, so I actually got an X-Acto knife and started making all these small hexes, put them together, glued them together, and shaped them in the form of a surfboard. I had somebody glass it for me and took it out for the first time, and it worked. I can't tell you that first feeling of actually standing up, literally paddling out to the waves, the board's floating, it's working, and then catching my first wave on this dream, and it working. And not only working, but it worked wonderfully. One of the things that has challenged me as a surfer, the industry has got a guilty conscience. Most all the surfboards, the majority of surfboards are made with foam, a foam core. The reality of the foam core is that it's a very toxic material, not only to create, but to get rid of in terms of landfill issues. Coming to this process with a hex board, we've got 3 ingredients basically. We have balsa wood that is sustainably sourced from farms. We have a covering, an eco-friendly covering of resin. It's actually plant-based. I can actually glass this board in my house and not be afraid for my family even to breathe the fumes, because it's all plant-based. And the main ingredient that causes this board to float is air. So you have wood, plant-based resin, and air. And I feel like we've come up with the holy grail of an eco-friendly surfboard. So far as companies and industry goes, I think there's so much talk about saving the world and saving the earth, and I think all of that's great. But I think companies forget about one of the planet's most valuable natural resources, and that's our children, the next generation. Part of the proceeds of Raggamuffin Surfboard Company goes to our nonprofit, which is InterUnited. InterUnited has chosen education as the vehicle to make the greatest impact on the next generation. And we're seeing that. We've started a school in Kenya, and watching them take ownership in their land and their natural resources to the kids here locally on the beach, hoping to unite those generations one day in a culture that actually cares about what's going on in the environment, but also what's going on with each other. So right now we are in the final phases of prototyping for these boards, and it's so exciting because we're so close. So the FedEx grant would help us to push through the final phases of prototyping and actually help us to upgrade our production facility so that we can introduce these amazing surfboards to the rest of the world. And in doing that, just open up a whole nother world of wonder to the next generation. Oh, I'll go this way.
It's kind of cool.
Sexy silhouette. Oh!
Maybe it.
You almost did hit those bushes. All right, sorry.